Hey, what is up? In my previous videos of the Udarniy preview, I did mention that the tank that I would actually go for is the Object 259A, and I think I am correct on this one. The Udarniy is now available in Halloween boxes, and funny thing is, in the replay files, the Udarniy is actually listed as a 259A object. I don't know why. It's yeah, so it's 259A, but it's Udarniy. So I don't know what it's supposed to mean, but that's the way it is. Well, anyway, I'm going to compare it to the Defender. This is 390 Alpha, Defender 440 Alpha. This thing has a quicker reload time than the Defender, 11.51 seconds. You can get it down to 9 seconds of reload time with food and BIA skills. I'm coming to this side of the map because first time being on this map and first time playing on the reworked map, so I thought I'd just try it out. But this thing has more armor than a Defender, so initially I thought this tank is going to be a lot better than a Defender. Yes, it does have a lot more armor than a Defender. 150 hull armor, Defender 130 hull armor, turret armor 300 millimeters, Defender 250 millimeters. It also has 100 more hit points than a Defender. However, this thing has very low engine power, just like a Defender. 900 engine power. Well, it's not low, it's high, but the power to weight ratio is low. Defender has 850 horsepower, but the power to weight ratio on a Defender is 16.50, while the Udarniy only has 13.85. This makes the Udarniy pretty slow, even though it has 45 kilometers an hour top speed and the Defender only has 35. But I don't see how you can get anywhere close to that 45 kilometers an hour top speed with that 13.85 power to weight ratio. Now, if I'm being honest, I'm gonna say I am slightly disappointed with the Udarniy. I expected a little bit better, but I was correct. The 259A on paper looks like going to be the best bet if it ever comes out on you know, on the Asia server or whatever. But if I was going to wait for one of these tanks, the Udarniy or the 259A, I definitely will go for the 259A because that's going to be a much quicker mobile tank. Remember, this is 2022. You're gonna need mobility, agility to get around the map and get some damage, because games nowadays last 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 7 minutes. If you are in a slow tank with 13.85 power to weight ratio, you're not going to get anywhere to get the damage for yourself. So that is my initial opinion, or you know, the initial reaction that I can give you on this tank. The aim time is also pretty dismal. I wanted to mention that because the aim time is 2.97 seconds. The Defender is much worse, 3.07 seconds, but you get the point. Pretty poor aim time. The gun dispersion is a lot better than the Defender, 0.40, better than a Defender of 0.42, but the moving dispersions is just as bad, and the aim time is like just as slow. So you really need to take your time to fully aim at your shots before you expect to hit them. The good thing is it does fire APCR shells as stock shells. However, the penetration is slightly lower than a Defender that fires AP shells. 221 is the penetration values for the Udarniy with APCR shells, while the Defender stock shells 225 penetration on AP shells. 221 is still plenty good for tier 8 matchmaking. You see me here in tier 8 matchmaking firing just stock shells exclusively. Right now I'm looking around the map in the commander's view because I'm not sure about what they changed about this side of the map. Should I go forward? It looks like if I go forward, I'm just going to be in a crossfire. So I'm thinking to myself now, maybe I should just take the high ground. That would be a better spot for me to try to contest on this map. So that is my thought process going forward at this moment. You can see the speed, supposedly 45 kilometers an hour top speed, 12 in reverse. There is no way this thing will make 45 kilometers an hour top speed. Maybe going downhill maybe with a turbo, but you know, I don't see how that is going to happen. This is a much lethargic, lower, less agility tank compared to a defender. If I'm being honest, I'm gonna say I prefer a defender over the Udarniy. I can't say about the 259A if it ever comes out on the live server, but if the 259A is the specs is anything to go by, I think the 259A is the way to go versus the Udarniy versus the Defender. I think the 259A is going to be a much better performing tank just because of that agility and mobility potential. I think because of that, you're going to be able to, you know, get to better positions and get more opportunities to do damage and rack up the scores for yourself in that 259A. The Udarniy is not a bad tank, it's still a pretty good tank, but like I said, compared to a defender, I think I would prefer a defender just ever so slightly. I think it's a little bit better than the Udarniy. Anyway, that's my quick review for today. Just save you a lot of time with a 5-minute video. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Bye bye.